Hey everyone. So, if you're a veteran using a VA loan to buy a home in Tampa, you already know that closing costs can be, well, a bit of a maze. One of the biggest questions that always comes up is the VA appraisal. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what you should expect to pay, so you can walk into this whole process with total confidence.
So let's just get right to it, right? What's the number you really need to know? As we look ahead to 2026, what does a VA appraisal actually cost in Tampa? And listen, this isn't just some small detail. This is a critical piece of the puzzle you absolutely need for budgeting your home purchase the right way.
Okay, here's the bottom line. For your typical single-family home in the Tampa area, you should plan on budgeting somewhere between $650 and $800 for your VA appraisal. But that's just the what. Now let's pull back the curtain and look at the why, and dig into where that number actually comes from. Now you should know, these figures aren't just pulled out of thin air. They come directly from the official VA rulebook. And that, my friends, is fantastic news for you because it means the pricing is standardized, it's regulated, and it's designed to protect you from any surprise fees. The official source we're talking about is called the VA Fee Schedule. It's issued by our local VA Regional Loan Center, which is in St. Petersburg. This document is the key to everything because it sets the absolute maximum fee an appraiser is allowed to charge in our region. Think of it as the official price list. So, how does this all apply to Tampa specifically? Well, the city falls right under the St. Petersburg Center's jurisdiction. That means it uses the general statewide fee for Florida. And here's the really important part. Tampa is not one of those few counties in Florida that has a special higher fee. So you get the standard predictable rate, which is great. All right, now we can get even more specific. You know, that $650 to $800 range isn't just a one-size-fits-all number. The exact maximum fee really depends on the kind of property you're actually buying. So let's take a look at the detailed breakdown. But before we jump into the numbers, you have to remember this one crucial point. The figures you're about to see are the maximum approved fees. That's the ceiling. An appraiser can always decide to charge you less, but they are not allowed by the VA to charge you a single penny more. This is a huge protection for you as a home buyer. Okay, here's how it all breaks down. For a standard single-family home or for a condo right here in Tampa, the maximum appraisal fee is locked in at $650. If you're looking at a manufactured home, that ceiling goes up a little bit to $725. And for a multifamily property, say a duplex or a fourplex, the max fee is $800. This kind of clarity is exactly what you need to budget properly. All right, so we've totally nailed down the cost. The next big question is, of course, how long do you have to wait for this thing? Let's talk about the timeline for actually getting that appraisal report in your hands. And it turns out, the VA fee schedule doesn't just control the cost, it also sets a really clear expectation for timing. The standard turnaround time that's required by that same official schedule is just 7 business days. So what does 7 business days actually mean for your calendar? Well, for practical planning, it's a good idea to budget about 1, maybe 1.5 weeks for the entire VA appraisal step to get done from start to finish. Now, a quick heads up. That 7-day clock doesn't start the moment your offer is accepted. It officially begins when the appraiser gets the assignment. And you've got to keep in mind things like a really complex or unique property, or even just simple delays in getting the appraiser access to the home. Well, those can sometimes extend the timeline. Okay, we've gone through the numbers, we've gone through the timeline, but why does all of this really matter so much to you, the person actually buying the home? Let's talk about the real-world, practical benefits of having this kind of standardized system in place. This whole system gives you 3 huge advantages. First, you get to budget accurately, because you know the maximum cost right from the start. Second, you get cost certainty, which means you can say goodbye to the fear of surprise or inflated fees. And finally, it ensures fair pricing, because it protects you from price gouging. It's really all about giving you financial peace of mind. You know, at the end of the day, the entire purpose of the VA fee schedule is summed up perfectly right here. It's all designed to help veterans budget their closing costs more accurately. It doesn't matter if you're buying or refinancing in Tampa, this whole system is truly built to work for you. So there you have it. You now have a clear, reliable picture of VA appraisal costs and the timelines here in Tampa. The only question left is, with this piece of the puzzle now firmly in place, are you ready to confidently take that next step on your journey to owning a home? Thanks for joining me.